Hi everyone, my name's Darianne, and today I'll be presenting my chosen learning strategy. So first, I'd like to start off with a really simple question, which is, what is a reading strategy? So a reading strategy is a sort of tool for students when it comes to difficult or lengthy readings that we come across as college students. And these strategies can help students get a better grasp on the material, as well as encouraging better concentration and overall retainment of information. And there are different kinds of reading strategies available based on what kind of learner you are. But today I'd like to focus on the S-Run-R method. And some of you may already know what this strategy is, or hopefully already use it. But S-Run-R is an acronym for survey, read, underline, note-taking, and review. So I'd like to go through this little chart just to understand how to use this reading strategy. So during the first part in the survey portion, you'll be skimming over the reading and keeping an eye out for any introduction, headings, chapters, pictures, or anything to give yourself an idea of what the reading will actually cover. And these next three steps, RUN or run, um, might come hand in hand, as you've noticed in the acronym itself. So in the read section, you'll be reading the material section by section. And sometimes it helps to write out the title of each section for retaining the information within it, but you won't actually be writing notes yet. The next step is to underline, and you'll just be underlining or highlighting any material that explains the section that you just read or any information that you felt was important. And then you'll finally be able to write your notes. And it's important to summarize your notes in a way that is more memorable. So rewrite any main points in your own words. And you'll just keep repeating these three steps until you've read through the entire reading. And then finally, you can get to the review section. So you'll just be reviewing your notes, any key information, and it's important to keep in mind that if you're given a study guide, to answer any given questions that the material covers. So now that we've covered how to use it, some of you might be wondering how reading strategies like SRNR improve student performance. And as I previously mentioned, reading strategies are like a tool for students and can be kept in their sort of tool belt for future coursework. And according to a study by Carol Yue, it was found that note-taking techniques like highlighting can facilitate long-term retention and highlights that students can actually benefit from training on how to effectively highlight. And in my case, it's most definitely helped. I'm a Japanese literature and language major, so a lot of the courses that I take revolve around like history, culture, uh, political critiques, and stuff like that, which means there's a lot to read. But before taking this class, I was never actually taught how to read effectively at a college level, so I would kind of just do the same thing as I've always done, which is reading from start to finish. And this process is really time consuming, and nothing really ever stuck despite how much time I spent reading everything. But after finding out about the S1R method, I've kind of developed this little checklist that's made reading heavy material much easier to read. And overall, it just saves me a lot of time and helps me understand the material better. But I understand that this method of reading might not work for students, as again, there are different types of learners out there. It might be easier to fall to another type of reading strategy, but it's definitely still possible to modify the strategy to the needs of different students, like visual learners, for example. The S4NR method might be more convenient for visual learners if they were to incorporate like a colored highlighting system or any sort of like symbols to differentiate information throughout the reading. And again, it depends on the needs of the student, but there are different ways that students can organize their reading process and how they take notes to retain information. But that's all I have for this presentation, and I hope it was helpful, and I wish all of you luck on your study endeavors.